Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Tyman on Tap. We have a fun-filled next hour for you. We have a live performance by an artist known as Reggae Rick. He's going to perform a few minutes, a few songs, and we're going to take a bunch of your calls. Call in at 203-265-6310. If you're watching us, you know we're on channel, is it 18 or 17? What channel are we on? 18? 17? I don't know. We're on some channel. We're on channel 99 on Uverse. So if you have Uverse, watch us on Uverse on channel 99. If you're on the web and watch us now, you know it's www.wpaa.tv, live streaming to your home from ours in the studio. So yeah, so you know it's gonna be a fun show tonight. Only got a little bit of news segment, and we're just gonna go through it and rock out and see where we go from now. All right, first topic. Goodbye, Dell. Well, if you didn't know this, and that's still misspelled. I misspelled my title. I should have proofread it first. If you didn't know this, Dell, the major computer manufacturer based out of Texas, was bought by their CEO and founder, Michael Dell, and was brought private. This was an interesting move. Basically, they're facing a lot of competition in other markets with tablets and whatnot. They're not really doing anything in the phone market. They don't have a phone. They don't have really a tablet. They've just been selling home computers and laptops. They're big in the business world, but you know they've lost a step or two in the home world. People aren't buying. Like the dude you get in the Dell commercials are like almost 15 years ago. So it's been a long road for Dell to get to this point. But now Dell is trying to figure out what they are and figure out what they do. They've basically been taken private. Get you the exact figures of the private, being taken private.
No phones. Amanda Warren says no phones.
Wasn't she thrown out of her apartment?
Allegedly thrown out of her apartment. Allegedly almost evicted.
Michael Dell wants to. That's funny. Michael Dell wanted to take Dell private just so he didn't have to deal with the board and potentially drive innovation much farther. Basically, being able to call the shots. If you know, Steve Jobs was able basically to run the Apple boardroom, the Disney boardroom, after Disney bought Pixar, and really forced his agenda. And it looks like that Michael Dell is trying to do the similar thing. However, trying to do it with just private financing. The deal cost $24.4 billion. Private hedge fund, private equity fund did most of the financing. It will. It's a huge gamble. The New York Times wrote that it is a huge gamble. It will saddle Dell with $15 billion of new debt, and it does nothing to divert the force of reshaping the technology industry and undercutting the company's business. And basically, people are just wondering, with Dell losing so much ground to the mobile market, to the handheld market, to the phone market, and not really being any of those markets, and even being bought by being brought privately back, they really didn't change much of that. It's still the same company and still the same group of external forces that are driving Dell down and have been driving Dell down for the past seemingly 10 years. So we'll keep up to date on that and see what happens. Other news about this is that so that's pretty much that. So let's go to the next topic. Yay, they fixed it. So everybody's on the juice. So if you guys have been following this, apparently every single baseball player has been linked to this clinic. John Heyman wrote an article yesterday, and let me pull up.
No one cares about baseball players. They all care about Lance Armstrong. He's on the juice.
Well, he was on the juice like 15 years ago.
I've been saying it for 20 years.
He was like the most tested player, or most tested athlete in the world.
If he's on the juice, everyone's on the juice. You're on the juice.
I'm not on the juice, actually.
So you say.
I'm trying to pull up the story here so I can actually read this, but I'm having difficulties finding it right now.
Did you see the Oprah interview with Lance Armstrong?
I did not see the Oprah interview with Lance Armstrong. The only Oprah interview I saw was... Alright. Okay, I can't find that article. So, but Francis Cervelli, the backup catcher for the New York Yankees, Ryan Bond, the former MVP, who was using steroids to treat genital herpes and got suspended for 50 games.
Can you
and got.
name all the players that are on the juice, please, for us?
We can't, like we don't actually know.
Can you, like, speculate?
On the list, they named A-Rod, they named Gio Gonzalez, they named Braun, like I said, Cervelli, like I said, a bunch of people. It's been the biggest list of names. Melky Cabrera got suspended. It was the biggest group of list of names ever being linked to steroids, and it's very hard to look in the camera while talking to you. It's like he wanted to look back and be like, what is Will Krutzke going to do? Oh, by the way, I didn't say this. Will Krutzke's back. He was gone for a couple weeks, and he's back in studio once again. How's it going, Will?
Good.
How was your trip?
It was energizing.
Energizing. Energizing. How was the Rocky Mountain Air? Did you like the Rocky Mountain Air?
Yes, I did. I had altitude sickness for the first week, but I'm good now.
That's good. Now you're back in the below sea level, Wallingford, Connecticut. Can
Amanda Barnes.
Can that dog be heard through the TV?
Kind of and kind of not.
All right, so if you're hearing a dog, the neighbor's dog is barking very loudly. I apologize at home. Hopefully it's not getting picked up. Yeah, so nothing too surprising here with that. Just, well, it's big surprise that came out. The big news: the Yankees are trying to avoid A-Rod's contract and trying to get their money back. They owe him $100-something million, and he signed till he's 43 years old. So this is kind of an issue the Yankees have been trying to deal with and trying to recoup some of their money that they lost or losing by A-Rod not really playing much for the next. At least for the next year, where Kevin Youkilis is now the Yankees' new third baseman. Right, next topic. Solo versus Fett. Disney announced, and Lucasfilm announced, the first two Star Wars spin-off movies that they're going to make are a spin-off about a young Han Solo and another movie about a young Boba Fett. So they decided to do characters that were kind of that were scoundrels, I guess, in the Star Wars universe to expand
upon. The rumor was that there's going to be a young Yoda movie.
Actually, that rumor is from George Lucas being like, I want to make a Yoda movie. But
so that's not true?
Well, I don't know if it's actually going to happen or not. They probably will end up making it, but the first movie they want to do is a Han Solo movie where they're going to cast a young Han Solo who was 35 at the time of the first, or Harrison Ford was 35 at the time of Star Wars, so they'd probably look for somebody in their 20s to play a young Harrison Ford, being Chewbacca and all that cool stuff. It'd be interesting to see if they'd use Chewbacca again. And the Boba Fett movie, which basically will follow his life after, in between the third and fourth movies, and talk what made Boba Fett Boba Fett. Will, are you excited for either of these movies?
I am. I'm also excited for the factor of possible television shows.
Well, you know that the problem was Lucas couldn't find the funding for it, but now that Disney owns ABC and Disney owns Lucas,
Disney owns everything. They own everything.
They own Marvel. Did you hear about another spin-off they're doing, the Transformers versus Star Wars versus X-Men movie that they're working on?
That's wrong on so many levels.
Yes, it's going to be a very popular movie. But I didn't ask you. What's your opinion about J.J. Abrams doing Star Wars?
I think he's going to reinvigorate the series, but at the same time, I'm not cool with one director directing both sides of the spectrum. Because Star Wars and Star Trek are just different mediums, but we'll see how it turns out.
What's your opinion about lens flares in Star Wars?
I am not a fan of them in Star Wars.
What about Star Trek? They worked pretty good in Star Trek.
They work good in Star Trek because it's a little bit gritty and you have to do the space cowboy thing. But Star Wars, maybe not. But this all goes back to Firefly and lens flares in Firefly.
But he didn't do Firefly, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm just comparing the lens flares in Firefly because I didn't like all those lens flares that they did.
You know what we were supposed to have today? This is random. We were supposed to have an Alan Billings tech tip. We do not have an Alan Billings tech tip, do we? Have you had any word from Alan Billings about a tech tip?
No tech tips from Alan Billings.
It was supposed to happen this week. This was supposed to be the first week of the Alan Billings tech tip.
Remember, people, if you have any complaints of the show, any whatsoever, the number is 203.
203-265-6310. Give a call in and
talk to Alan Billings.
Actually, we just give the studio number, not the actual number for for the station. So if they call, they'll be complaining to me. So please don't call and complain to me. I don't want to hear it. We can call Alan.
Call Alan. Ask for Alan Billings.
Yes. If you call here, we'll transfer you downstairs to Alan Billings. You can talk to him. I think he's here for another hour, right? I think he goes home at 9 tonight. So call in and talk to him.
Complaints.
Yes, he handles the complaints. You got to make him earn his keep, right? Hello.
Hey, Tyman.
Hey, is this Alan Billings?
Yeah, I want to sincerely apologize for not having a tech tip of the week. I completely forgot about it.
So, you're apologizing for the lack of tech tip.
Lack of tech tips. I've been so busy with stuff this week, I completely forgot about it. I'll have Siri remind me this time, because Siri's just amazing.
Do you want to give a tech tip over the airway?
I can't, because I don't have one on my head right now.
What's your opinion about Dell going private? Do you have an opinion about Dell going private, being taken off the stock market?
Well, if Dell goes private, their stock actually may rise, if you actually think about it.
Well, they won't have stock. Michael Dell will buy all the stock of Dell.
Yeah, but think about it. Their stock actually may rise. Look at what happened to Facebook. When Facebook all of a sudden was like private and then they went public. If they go private again, their stock could rise, depending on who's going to buy the shares inside the company.
It's an equity firm, and it's two guys, basically. And they're basically going to get fired, the whole entire board of directors, so Michael Dell can do whatever the hell he wants to do.
I mean, if they make it private, I mean, I think they have an okay run right now. They're not that bad, right?
They're not that bad, but they don't have a tablet or a handheld or anything like that.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with their stocks?
Well, if you're not selling anything that's popular, why are people going to buy their stock? Look at Apple. Even people are buying Apple stuff, but they don't buying Apple stocks. Or people stop buying Apple stocks because Apple isn't creating anything new for people to go out and buy, and the market's been kind of saturated with everybody having Apple products now. Now they have to find out the next big thing to make people buy them.
Speaking of tablets, I'll ask you an interesting fact instead of a tech tip. How about this? Do you know what was thought of first, the tablet or the iPhone by Apple?
The tablet, well, Apple had an ad from 1980 about the future of computing, which basically showed a tablet, and it had video conferencing, and it had like all the things that an iPad has, and then they had things like Newtons and stuff like that, which were somewhere in between PDAs and tablets, and then Bill Gates. Before, when the iPhone was released, iPhone 1 was released, before the iPhone 2 or 3G was released, which all the app stores was talking about a tablet, which was basically just a laptop turned inside out that you can touch and carry around with you.
Yeah, I saw an interview, and he said Steve Jobs said that the first thing that he designed was the iPad. And then they put that back on the shelf, and then they said, you know what, let's make a phone instead. Let's try and make a smaller version of this. So they made the iPhone first, and then they made the iPhone first, but the iPad was originally designed first.
Yeah. All right, Alan, we're going to let you go because we got a couple more topics, and I got to go to a break. So,
okay.
So what did you say for the people in Wallingford tonight before you go off?
I'm so sorry to all the people that are suffering from no tech tip.
Yeah, there's only like two people, and it's me and Will Krutsky.
When you guys get next week's tech tip, it will blow your mind.
All right, you better do something fancy. You better have like fireworks going off in the background. All right.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Later.
Later. All right, let's go to the next topic. Now that we found out where our tech tip was. 25 billion songs. In other news, Apple announced that they have actually 25 billion songs downloaded through iTunes as of today or yesterday, some in the last 24 hours. That's a lot of songs. That's at least $25 billion worth of purchases.
Will Krusty has never purchased a song ever on iTunes.
Really?
Yep.
How do you not do that?
It's a long story.
But yes, so they became the primary way to buy music now, and now musicians don't want their music on Spotify, so bands like AC/DC are forced to partner up with iTunes to get their stuff out there and sold, so they don't have to worry about people like the demand for it on Spotify. So they'd be like, here, download our song. Also, artists make no money on Spotify compared to the money they make on Pandora. It's like less. It's like a tenth of the royalty you get from Pandora you get on Spotify. So people are really drawn to things like Apple, where they get a much larger chunk of the song royalties and make much more money selling a song on iTunes opposed to selling a song to Pandora or Spotify. Do you use Pandora or Spotify at all?
I have used Pandora when I had my phone, and I have checked out Spotify, but I used Pandora pretty religiously at one point.
That's good. The gospel music channel?
The gospel music channel, yes.
You just listen to that music, clapping?
Clapping every day.
Yeah.
I praise the Lord.
Grabbing snakes and they don't bite you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do I have any more topics tonight? House of Cards. Oh, Will, you might have been interested in this. House of Cards announced, or was released on iTunes, or Netflix, a whole series at once.
Yeah.
And
I've been hearing about this studio thing. They're trying to build their own studio, so
yeah.
The big thing was to get their own shows on there that are not on networks, so people will go to Netflix and watch these shows.
People really enjoy House of Cards. It has gotten really good reviews. They're talking about the ridiculous amount of Apple product placement. Mm-hmm. But the thing about Apple, they don't actually pay for product placement. They just give you a bunch of stuff. And so the production staff just keeps all this free Apple stuff that they use in their show. So that's how they basically do that. They just basically butter up the people that work there with free stuff. And that's how they get that done. But yeah, but everybody knows the big show that's coming to Netflix in about 2 months. Actually, is it 2 months or 3 months? 2 months, right? May is 2 months away, right? I think so. But what's coming in 2 months in May, is Arrested Development, the 4th season. They added more episodes to it. I think they're up to 18 episodes. They're going to release all at once. You can watch them all in one sitting if you could stomach through 18 multiplied by 0.45 by 0.75. How many hours of content at one sitting? So that's pretty exciting. So they released this first show, and people loved it, and people watched like 5 hours at a time. I think it was like ridiculous. I think the average amount of consecutive hours watching the show when it first aired was like 2 hours. I think people were watching 3 episodes in a row or something like that. So, all right. So let's wrap up and let's take a break. This break might be a little bit longer than usual, but when we come back, we'll have some music for you. Reggae Rook after the break.
People have good hearts. During times of disaster, they donate food, clothing, and other necessities. However, this leads to the cost of packing, transportation, and storage, which is why money is more effective. Give with your heart. Cash is best. For more information, visit www.cidi.org.
You can't text and pay attention to the world around you, and you definitely can't text and drive. every year, deaths due to distracted and negligent driving are increasing. In fact, while drunk driving rates have dropped greatly, negligent driving fatalities have skyrocketed. Find out more at negligentdriving.com.
I am Sammy, and I have high cholesterol.
Specifically, Sammy and I have familial hypercholesterolemia, or FH, an inherited genetic disease that causes high cholesterol, often starting in childhood. FH affects more than 600,000 Americans, but often goes undiagnosed, leading to premature heart attack and death. If caught early, FH is treatable. Do you know if high cholesterol runs in your family? See your doctor and get screened. For more information, visit www.learnyourlipids.com.
All right, so we're back. So for the next segment, we have an artist coming all the way from Springfield, Mass., Reggae Rick. So let's go to Reggae Rick. There.
Hey, I'm Reggae Rick. I'm going to play some tunes.
Thanks for having me.
Long ago, in a place much like ours, 3 hungry stone monkeys jumped into their cars. They drove for 3 days and 4 nights to do things. They knocked on the door and demanded a drink. They were so in the basement at rest. Monkeys came equipped with a bowl and we each. We smoked them a peace pipe and cheers with our drinks. To you, young Eric, this song I beseech. Use it with caution, lungs won't hold, I don't think they were stoned. In the basement at rest. In the basement at Rick's we'll be having our fun. In the basement at Rick's we'll be partying all alone. The basement at Rick's we'll be drinking that beer. Basement at Rick's we don't care if you're queer. No, in the basement at Rick's. Basement at Rick's. Played songs for hours and we drank beers till dawn. Drunk the drunk monkeys took dumps on the lawn. They woke the next morning with a need for some bill. Headache so bad, sent it won't heal. They were stoned in the basement at rest. In the basement at Rick's we'll be having our fun. In the basement at Rick's we'll be partying alone. In the basement at Rick's we'll be drinking that beer. Basement at Rick's we don't care if you're queer. In the basement at Rick's. In the basement at Rick's. In the basement at Rick's. That was a tune called Basement at Rick's. I wrote about a basement. It's about my basement. So this song's called The America Song. America of the beautiful, it's the usual song. Truth is we make far less rights and wrongs. And on me, I like to live here though, cause I mess up too. I always think I'm right, and I love food. I'm a gringo, a cowboy, a pompous American. I put my feet up any damn where I can. I'm better than most, so I like to boast. I'm repping both of the coasts of the most fertile continent. Been a long time since we've seen them, but I think we got some honest men. Good time, good friend, good party, sexy women too. I prefer some meat on the bones of a girl than I'm a do, as I'm an American. Ooh, I'm the lazy American. Ooh, I'm the lazy American by your side. I got American pride. I got a pistol 45. I got American pride. What I've stolen, I've lost. I've only been bruised. I'm good and I'm evil like most other dudes. I'm formal and crude. I'm polite when I'm lewd. I only pay my damn bills when I'm in the mood. Hard work will always pay. Land of opportunity, sadly slightly less than torture, slaves, and cruelty. The fool in me believes that anyone can reach the top. Then I think, who gives a damn when my music hits iTunes, cause I'm an American. Ooh, yeah, I'm a lazy American. Ooh, I'm a lazy American by your side. That was a song called The American Song. Alright. So next song I'm going to play is the pirate song, because I'm a pirate and I like drinking rum with my friends. Sometimes I'm on a ship. That's why there's a ship behind me back here. Everybody sees the ship. Listen to a pirate when he's talking, or the plank you will be walking. Just a flick of my hook is all I need to get this party started. Steal your gems out, steal your jewels, stealing up all of your family heirlooms. Hide when you're scared, go hide in your room. Hide when you hear my impossible brew. Yo ho ho ho, yo ho ho ho, yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho ho ho. Well, I've been lost at sea, no one round up pillage but me, searching for the proverbial weed, but I cannot find it, so I just smoke trees. I find a wench to ease my pain, sail the sea like it was my game. I drop the wenches as soon as I see all of the treasure and fortune and fame. Yo ho ho ho, yo ho ho ho. Yo ho 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 ho, yo ho ho ho. And you should have known by my hat I'm not honest. And you should have known by my mangy blonde hair. And next time you see me, I'll be honest. Have pity on me, a transient fiend, a lonely old pirate, dishonest with mangy blonde hair. Yeah, yeah. Yo ho 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 ho, yeah. Yo ho ho ho, yo ho 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 ho, yo ho ho ho, yo ho 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 ho. I rule the coast from Miami to Soho, and drunk I am fine, sober I'm solo. I pirate life gotta be such a solo. Lonely old pirate who's chasing excellence, dreaming of beaches and wenches and friends and tents. I'm not so bad, give me a chance. A lonely old pirate, when I'm grooving you better dance. Oh, when I'm grooving you better dance. Oh, yo ho, yeah. Yo ho 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 ho. Yo ho ho ho. We are pirates starting riot. Sex is like a boost of nitro. Ladies wanna try us, fellas wanna fight us. Jealous of our successes and triumphs, 'cause everything we touch turns to gold, like King Midas. Careful not to ignite us, 'cause that fire's deep inside us now. You were a pirate, wouldn't be drinking so slow. You'd have an eye patch or a peg leg for show. Yeah, everything we touch turns to gold, like King Midas. Careful not to ignite us, 'cause the fire's deep inside us now. Pirate songs. Gotta love it. Got plenty of time? We're good?
Good,
cool.
good.
All right. Sweet. So I'm going to do another song about my buddy Ryan Bynack, who's a poet in New York City, and I wrote this song about his life. He lives a cool life. Call him villain, call him winning. I say chillin', you say sinning. He's a hero, evil villain. Call him villain, call him winning. I say chillin', you say sinning. He's a hero, evil villain. If it looks like a villain and smells like a villain, then hide the women and children. The system's been fisted, he's lifted and persistent and insistent on your mind. His poetry, it speaks to me like no other kind. Through pen and ink, his thoughts are creed to lead wisdom. To feel him and feel him, you must be him, you must be him to a point. You must be ready to anoint our next laureate. A tacos, tequila, a Mexican man. Find him on Facebook and be his fan. Call him villain, call him winning. I say chillin', you say sinning. He's a hero, evil villain. Call him villain, call him winning. I say chillin', you say sinning. He's a hero, evil villain. Call him villain, call him winning. I say chillin', you say sinning. He's a hero, evil villain. Knotted hair with a snidely mustache. He must have a knife hidden somewhere in his bag. He'll stab you in the throat, 'cause he thinks that it's funny. By the bar around a shot, 'cause he's not worried about money. His honey's so hot, how'd he get with that girl? He's tortured but happy, so laughter gets furled. In his fiction he speaks truth, that's why he's so relatable. His fan base is inflatable, rateable, and the world around him villain perhaps, yet heroes surround him. I'll call him villain, call him winning. I say chillin', you say sinning. He's a hero, evil villain. I'll call him villain, call him winning. I say chillin', you say sinning. He's a hero, evil villain. So that's about the Ryan Bynack. You should buy his CD because it's cool. CD, his book, is what I meant to say. You can find him on Amazon. Search the Ryan Bynack. 3 days in Vegas, 3,000 lost. 3 nights at the Mustang Ranch, really didn't count the cost. These are the times of my life, but I'm running out of dough, yeah. Las Vegas proved too much for a boy from a Puerto Rico, yeah. Three days in Vegas, and that bookie took my one. I'm out of trees, and I got nothing to wake up for. I got this drunken witch, this drunken witch. She's a leeching on my soul, yeah. Next time I go to Vegas, I'll make sure that I won't be coming home, yeah. Three days in Vegas, 3,000 lost. 6 Coronas at 6 a.m. and my read is wrong. I got this still, I got this witch, I got this drunken witch. She's a leeching on my soul, yeah. Las Vegas did prove too much for this boy from Puerto Rico, yeah. That was a song called 3 Days in Vegas. Got one more?
You can do one more.
One more?
One more.
All
well,
right.
Don't go.
Have you heard? Scam artists are trying to trick seniors into giving them their Medicare numbers.
I heard that. This happened to my friend. A man came to her door wanting to sign her up for the new Medicare program. Well, when she got her Medicare summary notice, it was full of charges for services she hadn't received. So I did something about it. I joined the Senior Medicare Patrol, where I teach others to protect their Medicare numbers, review statements to spot false charges, and report suspected fraud.
One of the healthiest and most popular activities a family can do together is hiking. Speaking of health, this year the U.S. Departments of Agriculture and Health and Human Services issued an advisory urging all Americans to eat seafood twice a week for heart health. Environmentally speaking, it's best to choose seafood that's low on the food chain, like bristling sardines, mackerel, or rockfish. To keep the environment beautiful, observe outdoor ethics, leave no trace, and help keep America beautiful.
This neighborhood sure has changed a lot over the years. You know, there was a time when people like me couldn't live here. I will never forget being told I wasn't welcome in this neighborhood. Well, I own this building now. The Fair Housing Act made a difference for someone like me, so I can choose where I want to live, free from discrimination. Glad you could make it. Right this way.
Just never change it, no.
Hey.
Hey, cool. That's awesome.
A lot of people like to say Rudy Giuliani's their mayor. I would say Ed Koch is my mayor.
Awesome. That's
And
cool.
Jimmy Carter. I don't know who that person is. That photo is owned by the National Archives, so it's like very used to all Americans. It's in the public domain, but I don't know who that woman is, though. I should have probably found out who it was.
She's smoking hot, though, I think.
It's definitely not Ed Koch's wife. He was a bachelor until he died, so I don't know who that is. All right, so
some floozy, probably.
Yeah, some hanger on her. So all right, so we're back in studio now after a little rousing performance of 4 or 5 songs by. Was it more than 4 or 5 songs? How many songs?
I don't know. Who knows, man? Who can keep track?
We always had some songs performed, and now why don't you guys call in at 203-265-6310? ask your questions.
I wanted to say something. You were talking about Spotify earlier. I use Spotify religiously, and I love it.
Do you?
Just
Do
for
you
the
have any
record.
of your own music on Spotify?
No, I don't. I don't even know how to do that, to be perfectly honest with you. But I listen to Spotify all the time. I prefer it to Pandora, like 100%.
Does it bother you that?
No, because
that they make no money for this?
No, because here's the thing. I think that as a musician, you have to. This day and age, we're in a new world where people are downloading their music, for free. Yeah. And we as musicians kind of have to accept that, and I think embrace that. Let the music fly, man. Just let everybody download it. That's what I think.
Producer agrees.
I have, my music's all available on SoundCloud, and, I give it away for free whenever I can. It's on my website for my band, tmgpiratekings.com. And, there we go. And I encourage people to download it, because the point is that we want people to listen to it. Phone call, sweet.
Hello.
Hi, where can I get Reggae Rick's music?
He just said SoundCloud.
It's on SoundCloud. If you look at soundcloud.com and then you search Reggae Rick, you can find it right there. There's some of it on there. Or on, if you go to my my website, tmgpiratekings.com.
All right, you had to turn down your TV in the background if you're going to call in.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cool.
Yes, but you're not on Reverb Nation? I heard those.
I am on Reverb Nation too. I always forget about that one. I got some music on there too with the band. Actually, all the songs that I played tonight are on SoundCloud and Reverb Nation. It's just Reggae Rick or the Time Manipulating Gangsters for both. And another one?
No, occasionally it does that.
Oh, okay, cool. Also, I got my videos at the Smooth Bear on YouTube.
The Smooth Bear.
The Smooth Bear. It's my new video project I'm doing. Okay. And we're doing cool videos with awesome music behind it. And it's a bunch of us guys, same guys in the band, and then some other friends, and it's awesome.
So you talked about there's Reggae Rick, who's you, and then you have your band, the Time Manipulating Gangsters.
Yeah.
So, like, are you a solo artist and a member of this band, or is Reggae Rick solely a member of this band?
Well, initially when we started out, we wanted to not ever shut down any opportunities. So there were some opportunities that were for an artist playing by himself, and so I would usually do those, or my guitar player Jeremy Slater, he does by himself as well. I've also got a rapper in our band, which we do more like rap-oriented songs for him. Mm-hmm. And then we do everything together also to, that's what we like to do, that's what we want to do, but unfortunately every venue doesn't offer a spot for a band, especially a band like us, and so we did this.
So your name's Reggae Rick, except your songs weren't very reggae. Like,
well, it's like how Hootie and the Blowfish, there's no Hootie or Blowfish in that band.
Yes, but it's not like Hootie and the...
Hootie and the Funk Band?
Yeah.
That's true. I don't know, man. People called me that one time, and I liked it because I like reggae music, so I don't know. I kind of adopted it, I suppose. What are you going to do, man?
If they can play reggae Bob Marley on alternate rock stations, I guess it's fair game.
Yeah, that's what I think, man. And like Sublime, argued that they were reggae music, and they're not. So
ska.
Yeah, there's a touch of everything in me, and I like to listen to reggae music, and what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? That is
the alliteration, I think, is cool too. The Reggae Rick,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's easy to remember.
So you talked about your band, the Time Manipulating Gangsters. You
actually manipulate time.
With our minds, man. We're so awesome and we're so smart that we manipulate time with our minds. Sweet, another call.
Yes.
It's the best day of my life.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Basement song, was that based on like a true experience? Is that something that happened in your life?
Which one?
Which one?
Song? Rick's Basement?
Oh yeah, that is a song about a true story. I was a little liberal with the characters, I called them monkeys and stuff, but really it's just about this dude that used to come over and You know, we partied in our basement a lot and hung out, and he was kind of a wild idiot, and so I wrote a song about it, you know. It was a big hit on the open mic circuit.
Okay, thanks.
Sweet.
Yes.
That's cool, man. Call-ins, man, that's rad.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
So yeah, it's your band that you manipulate time with your minds. So what's your band setup? Because you said you had another guitarist and a rapper. What else do you have? Is it just like...
We got a full-on kit drummer, and we also do an acoustic show. We like the acoustic stuff the most lately because, again, it's like better in more venues. It's you know, easier to do, but you know, we do the rapper. We do a lot. It's like heavily rap influenced, I suppose, but it's still rock and roll, man. And you know.
So what do you mean by heavily? Like Limp Bizkit type of stuff, or
you know, I hate to like say that, but yeah, it's a dangerous comparison to make, I think. But you know, I guess a little bit. You know, I come back to Sublime. That's what I tell people about, because that's a big influence for me. And you know, I always liked them growing up. I love dubstyle reggae, and that always includes kind of a lot of that kind of thing.
That's cool. So what are some of the musical influences that you have that you said Sublime, but is there anybody else other than Sublime?
Well, definitely I'm from Seattle, so
Yeah.
I like a lot of the you know, the grunge scene stuff. I grew up listening to Pearl Jam and of course Nirvana and Alice in Chains and Soundgarden. Soundgarden was always my favorite when I was a kid of that group. I love Rage Against the Machine, and lately I've been getting into a lot of, actually on Spotify I discover new artists. That's one of the reasons I like it, because they play, I put in an artist that I like and they stay real specific to the genre, so you end up with like 7 bands that you never heard of, and they're just playing, it's all your favorite kind of music, you know, just a different band playing it. So I come across a lot of stuff there that I've been getting influence from lately.
That's cool. So you're from Seattle, so are you into any of the older Seattle punk scene, or is it more kind of
more the grunge? Only because I just, when I was a kid, I wasn't really aware of all that. I kind of grew up a little sheltered, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, not that it was a bad thing, but I just, you know, I wasn't very cool until I was much older. Till it became cool as an adult, obviously. But you know, I just didn't, I wasn't really exposed to it. So my mom wouldn't let me listen to a bunch of stuff. You know, I had to like, instead of getting the Nirvana CD, I had to get a Weird Al CD where he played, you know, covered them. And I listened to it and I headbanged to Weird Al instead, because it was, you know, the only thing my mom would let me have. One time I got a Meat Puppets CD, and it was called Too High to Die. And my mom saw it, just flipped out, man. I think my Aunt Sherry got it for me, and she like flipped out and, you know, sent it back, yelled at my aunt. So I wasn't allowed to have anything cool until I was much older. I was allowed to buy CDs by myself. What are you going to do?
So you're from Seattle. What do you think of the Sound City Players, the Nirvana meets Paul McCartney?
Oh, man, I'm super pumped about that. I saw that on Saturday Night Live, and when they performed on there, and I was blown away, man. I mean, I know that they're getting a lot of flack, but I think Dave Grohl is... he's my favorite. When I was a kid, I was a drummer, and he made the crossover from drums to frontman, so I always sort of envied him on that. And Paul McCartney, man, come on.
Yeah. So are you going to go see them on their tour that they're doing?
I might, man. I might try. It depends on where they play, though. If it's expensive, you know, I'm just a struggling artist, man. I can't. I'll watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, I guess YouTube's always free, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, they're going to start charging next
Although, yeah, I saw your last episode. It says YouTube ain't free, man, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see about that. So,
Indeed.
What do you have coming down the pipeline? What do we got for the time manipulating gangsters?
Well, we're running an open mic at Hot Shots in East Windsor. So we're doing that. We take about an hour of that time if there's no one else to go. If other people want to go, you know, we would give up our time a little bit, but we're running that open mic, so we got a lot of cool talent out there, us included, rappers, poets, and rock stars.
So I just got a question about the open mic. So if you guys are playing an hour there and you're hosting it, why is the advertisement you have a picture of Sean Hennessy?
Well, you know, I guess the truth is I don't really have that many good pictures of myself, and So I thought, you know, I had a great picture of Sean Hennessy rocking out on his guitar, and I thought, you know, he looks good. He looks cool in it. You know, let's use it. No pictures I have are off limits. I use them all. You know, can't help myself.
So have you guys? Obviously, you have a few songs out there. Do you guys actually have an album or an EP or something like that?
Not really. We're we're working on recording space and all that stuff. You know, we're just kind of barely scraping by. We're working on live performances and that kind of thing. You know, and we've been really getting involved in the videos and trying to do the music for that. And you know, we're about having a good time and just you know, drinking beers, being pirates, man.
Hello. Hello, you're on WPAA, Tyman on Tap.
I just want to talk to Rick.
You're talking.
Hey, I recognize that voice.
You do?
Yeah, that sounds like my dad.
Hey, how's that? Is that pretty cool or what?
That's pretty cool. Dad's calling me on TV right now.
Well, I'm not getting it live though.
You're not getting it on the internet?
Well, I am, but
well, yeah, you're not. You don't live in Wallingford. He lives in Olympia, Olympia, Washington.
it's a pretty good show. You're pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions tonight?
my proud family.
Yeah, I am proud. Very proud of him.
Cool. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. I don't want to take up your time. I just want to say I'm proud of you, and this is kind of fun technology.
It is fun technology. Thanks, Dad.
All right. See you guys later.
See you, Dad.
Thanks for calling in.
All right.
Whenever my parents call in, it's much more embarrassing.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Dad called. Sweet. I'm fully on embarrassed.
So at least he's appropriate. One time I had to hang up on my father for calling in.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm surprised he hasn't called in to give me a good ribbing.
He called in.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah.
Oh.
What was that? I saw like a bunch of numbers. 10 minutes?
Yeah.
We actually probably have 8 minutes now. Yeah. That's close enough.
8 minutes.
Yeah, we have 8 minutes.
Flies by.
Flies by. So people are watching you on the West Coast?
Yeah, you bet, man. My family, you know, they love me despite me, and they watch all the time. So
we actually had a caller from Portland, Oregon.
Really?
Once. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
You think anyone is watching it from the Space Needle right now?
Maybe, man. Who knows, man? With iPads and iPhones, man, it's probably possible, dude. Sure, they have Wi-Fi at the Space Needle. That's one big antenna, that thing, I bet.
Yeah. There's a restaurant in there, isn't there? Something like that where you can like sit.
Yeah, you sit up at the top. I went there a couple times when I was a kid with my dad, and I remember they had. I remember their clam chowder wasn't that good. I remember. That's the only thing I really remember.
The clam chowder much better on the East Coast.
Yeah, well, you know.
Do they have clams in
They do have clams, and there's this place called Skipper's. It's like a corporate restaurant. Yeah. That is the best clam chowder I've ever had. And here I am in New England.
Have you been to the Cape?
No. So I can't really speak. But I've been to a couple seafood places in New England. I expected to get like the best chowder I ever had, and I haven't been blown away yet. I don't know why.
Try the oysters, as long as they're not Blue Point oysters. They're good. But so Seattle compared to the East Coast, compared to like say the New York City scene, what do you think is the difference between the two music scenes?
I feel like the people in Seattle, at least in my experience, were really laid back. New York is very fast-paced, and I don't feel like Seattle was that way, at least not when I lived there. It's been, 15 years, 17 years since I've lived there. So, I don't know what it's like now necessarily, but as a kid, the people in Washington State are very relaxed and very calm, and there's still plenty of weird dudes, but they're just calm weird dudes. In New York City, man, everybody's running everywhere. It's like people shouting. There's a lot of shouting in New York City.
I think the music's angrier in New York City.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a rough town. I love playing there, but I'm psyched I don't live there, I think.
So have you made it? Have the Time Manipulating Gangsters made it back to Seattle yet?
No, not yet. We're someday I hope. It's actually been a long time since I've even made it back, disappointingly. But this year I'm going back. I'm gonna plan on hitting an open mic and get my fan base going out on the West Coast.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So your song's about being a pirate. So you lived in the Pacific Northwest, which is probably the least piratey place in the world.
That's true.
And now you come to New England, which historically had some pirates like 300 years ago, but not the Caribbean by any means. So where does your pirate theme come from?
Well, we started. I lived in Florida for a number of years in between New England and Washington State, and down there it's very piratey. Pirates everywhere, everything pirate theme. And I always liked kind of the lifestyle that pirates talk about, drinking rum and, you know, I don't know, not being very trustworthy, I don't know. Just drinking rum and, you know, partying all the time and breaking all the rules, man. And that's kind of how it started. We were just having fun and we were like, let's write a song about pirates. We're kind of like pirates. Also, people tell me sometimes that I look like a pirate.
I can see that.
Unkept, you know, I don't know.
Do you ever wear an eye patch just to like enhance the image?
No, we refuse to wear any pirate hats or you know, anything like that.
Does any of your members have a prosthetic limb?
We've discussed cutting off Al's leg just for the cause, you know, give him a nice. Not with him, but the rest of us band members have discussed it, you know.
Well, if he was willing to volunteer for that, that'd be something.
Yeah, that'd be he'd be a real player if he did that. If you're listening, Al, I'm coming for you.
So you guys have Facebook pages, everything like that.
Facebook page, you go to Time Manipulating Gangsters, Facebook.com/Time Manipulating Gangsters or /The Smooth Bear /Reggae Rick. You can find it all there, and. Reverb Nation, all that, man.
Is there an official Twitter for any of these?
Yeah, TMG Pirate Kings is my Twitter handle. I post on there. I post my friends' stuff at TMG Pirate Kings, and yeah, I think that's all of them. We're on everything. Tumblr too. TMG, Time Manipulating Gangsters, or Reggae Rick, or The Smooth Bear.
Did you hear something like during the most recent Super Bowl, 40% of every ad had a Twitter, mentioned Twitter in it?
Man, it's all about it, man. The Twitter stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's a crucial part of it, unfortunately. I'm not all that good at it, but I'm working on it, you know.
Yeah, well, you gotta be. People are like, what's your Twitter?
Yeah, what's your Twitter? I know, Facebook's dead, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's more for like, I don't even know what it's for anymore, I guess.
I think Facebook's for the old people. That's what I think. That's what I tell people anyway. Like, I think, you know, everybody over 50 is still, you know, Facebook stalking me. I know everyone that I know over 50 is Facebook stalking me.
Well, I remember in 2006,
photo.
I remember when my school first was able to get Facebook when it was still like a college social networking thing. It was a big deal. Like, people were like, oh my God, you don't have Facebook? Like, 2 minutes? Like, this is like almost your school was automatically assumed to be a bad school if you were not able to join Facebook because it was tied to your school. So if you went to a good school, like the Ivy Leagues got Facebook first, like because the guy came from an Ivy League school, but literally it was the good schools, then the big schools, then like there's these periphery schools that really were judged upon by the people who had Facebook because they didn't have Facebook. But that was like
those were the days,
7
man.
years ago.
The beginning.
No, more than 7 years ago. That was probably 8 years ago, 9 years ago now.
Well, with the introduction of the timeline on Facebook, now you can see when everyone first got their Facebook account. Mine is like 2003, I think, or maybe 4.
Yeah.
Long time ago, man.
That's a long time ago. It's crazy. We're in a different decade. We're in the teens, I guess now,
it's
right?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, time flies.
How far we've come.
Isn't that a Matchbox 20 song?
If not, it should be.
I think it is. All right, so I guess we're wrapping up. All right. Any other than open mic? Where's the next place Time Manipulators are going to be?
That's the best place to find us, man. Open mic, Hot Shots, East Windsor, every Monday night at 8 o'clock. And then check out our videos, The Smooth Bear on YouTube.
All right. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. It was a great pleasure. All right. So are we just going to... I don't know. I'm getting very confusing hand gestures from my producer right now.
A
lot of this and like this, and then like pointing to the clock, and we have like another minute. So I guess thanks everybody for coming out tonight. Thanks for watching the show. Call in next week. I'm not sure. Oh, by the way, we're doing Cupcake Wars 1 week. So if you want to make cupcakes and submit them, let me know.
Who's tasting the cupcakes?
We have one host. We need like 2 more. So if you want to volunteer to be a host, you're more than welcome to. All right, so good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Those of you in Olympia, thanks for tuning in. I know it's an awkward time for you because it's 3 hours difference and it's like dinner time. So thanks for calling in.